babies. What's up, my darling MVPs, and how are you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimi Shortly, Mimi, where you get a gist. I see they do waiting. I see they hurt. Of course, you know there's no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do what? You lose. Are you here to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see they hurt. Guys, it's quite an interesting take on the social space right now. So we are going to discuss about them, and then you know how we do it here. You're going to tell me your own take. Of course, you know, it is freedom of speech and perception differs. So I would love to hear from you guys because various takes is going on. So which takes is right and which one is off? You get? But I will still say my own view, you know, and then we get to relate in the comment section. But first off, before we start to talk about the gist at hand right now, it's another day of tax, and your faves have been divided into 3 teams: Team Purple, Team Blue, and Team Pink. All right. And so before we start talking about, we'll just more about the tax later because it's ongoing, right? So, guys, while they were gathered, you know, to sit and hear the brief from the head of house, there is something that happened here. Jareed took 2 seats with him. Liema just keep past him and go sit at the other end, you know, while Mpumi just took the seat and sat down. Talking about Liema, Mpumi, and Jareed, they are the topic at this point. In fact, go to trend, Liema is currently trending. Why is Liema trending? So we all know the head of house, what's it called, the diary session just happened. I have just told you guys on how it happened. Young Papi was the last person to go for his diary session. Immediately, what's her name, Mpumi, because she had her diary session today. When she came out of the diary room, right, the camera ensued on Mpumi, Jareed, and Liema sitting together. Of course, we all know that after the nomination shenanigans, we have not seen this trio, the triangle, you know, being together like the way they used to be on the standing wife. You know, it's been one gist of quarrels and the other one the gist of quarrels. You get, it's not been like unique the way they used to accept with their foot chest, like they are cool with each other. So now we now saw them together. They were still, people were like, oh, the co-wives are back, the co-wives are back. Not for the camera to remove it immediately when Mpumi was telling Liema that Biggie was giving her warning, you know, and then Liema was kind of worried, and she was like, it is a friendly warning, and she wanted to start saying some things. The camera now removed immediately to other housemates. In my mind, I'm like, why would the camera do this thing? We needed to hear what Mpumi is saying, because I, for one, watched Mpumi's diary session, and Liema was not discussed. Liema, she discussed about Liema, talking about how Liema, blah, 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 Liema provoked people, you know. But there is nothing Biggie told her about Liema. So for her telling Liema that it's just a friendly warning, the fans, you know, started getting agitated. Like, why would this girl always be on Liema case? Why is she lying? Yada, 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 you know. Then, afterwards, after Young Papi finished his diary session, you know, Liema now walked up to Willie, where he was sitting with Sinaye and Taki, and he was like, that was the instruction given that nobody can go inside except for the head of house, and the head of house said yes. And Liema was like, okay, please, can you go inside and tell Big Brother I want to see him, you know? And then Willie was like, okay, was like, okay, are they done with the diary session? And she said she thinks so, that the diary session is over because Young Papi is out. So immediately Willie stood up to go, you know, you understand. But then we do not know what really happened again, you get. But the only thing we know that happened is that Liema went to the diary room, came out, you know, and she started crying at the laundry area. The camera did not show her when she was crying, but we just get to hear some conversation to know that she was crying. And now people are like, oh, because of what the naysayers have been saying about Liema being the production pet, they are now holding some things so that they will not say, oh, the camera is showing her when she's crying because they want people to vote for her. And which is true. I understand that part, because it's very true, because all the takes I've been seeing about Liema has actually been pissing me off, of people saying, oh, she's a production pet, yada 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 yada, you know. So and then while it was going on like this, Liema, they were not talking. So Liema cry is now the hot take on the social street on why she is crying. There are people at the other end coming for Mpumi. They are like, why did Mpumi lie on Liema? Now the question is, remember the camera did not show us fully how the conversation went, but we heard Mpumi saying Big Brother was giving her a warning, just a friendly warning kind of a thing. So they have been coming for Liema, that for Mpumi, that Mpumi should just rest at this point, blah 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 blah. You know, at the same time, some persons are like, Liema should just stand on her feet, avoid anything that has to do with Jareed. You know, now some persons, ever since then, Liema has become moody. Liema has become moody, hence the reason why she passed Jareed. When Jareed brought 2 chairs, she passed Jareed to go sit at the other end. So she has been all moody ever since then, and the fans are kind of worried about that. They had a lot to say about that. I don't know if you were watching. Please, if you were watching, I would like to hear from you from the other end, because I'm talking about people watching, not people who just hear hot takes on the social space and they come up to start saying whatever they know or do not know. So if you're watching, what do you think is happening at this point? Some persons are like, oh, Mpumi is claiming Liema is provocative. Watch in reverse the case. If reverse be the case, she is the one being provocative. Like, she has been looking for every opportunity to get to Liema. And Liema avoiding her, yet she's using the reason provocative on Liema. Guys, what do you have to say about this? While at the other hand, some persons are like, this is not all about the triangle, that today is Liema's grandmom burial. But I remember I shared the date of her granny's burial with you guys here. It's just that I've forgotten the actual date. I do not think it is today, because the day I shared it, the burial was supposed to be the next 2 days after. That is a day after that day. And that was like maybe like some days ago. So I do not think it's about her granny, except I have forgotten the actual date too, because I am not sure. So they are like, oh, it's like Biggie told her about her granny's burial, that's why she is moody and all of that, but everything happened according to how we saw it on cam, right? How Mpumi told her it is a friendly warning, from Biggie. Next thing, the camera left. Next thing, she rushed to Willie to tell Willie she wants to see Biggie. Next thing, she's out of the diary room, she's moody. Now we don't know what's up, and it may seem as though she wanted to have a convo with Jareed. The camera still did not show us. This is where everything goes wrong, because camera do not take us along, so we would get the actual gist about what is happening. Now let me tell you my take. The question is, okay, before I tell you my take, let me gist you guys about Jareed and Mpumi. Like, Mpumi pulled out the ignore. Like, Mpumi just paid deaf ears to whatever Jareed was trying to tell her. Now the thing is, it is giving even Mpumi is like she's not in for this triangle anymore. Now some people are like, it is even better that they had to camp outside. This camping outside is what is bringing everything about this what's it called, the triangle wahala, But the thing is, it is not the campaign, it is the recent nomination that just happened. Everything started on Monday, where the nomination, as everything not started just on Monday, like, because yes, the campaign started on Monday, but everything started after the nomination. Yes, that was where everywhere scattered. It's not about camping or no camping. Liema seeing that Mpumi nominating her yet again, then Liema retaliating too. You get, for Liema to have retaliated also got to Mpumi. I don't know if she was not expecting Liema to retaliate when she still nominated her. So I think at this point, she needed Jareed to take a side, knowing fully well that Jareed has repeated countless times that he has equal feelings for the 2 ladies. Yet his actions for the both ladies is not giving equal feelings, because one is being treated better than the other. So I think that is where Mpumi is upset. Like, that's where she's coming from. So right now she's actually acting up on Jareed, and I think she has noticed that Jareed do not like trouble at all. In as much as he put himself in this brouhaha, he do not like smiles from the ladies. You get. So at this point, I'm thinking, if even Liema could even keep her own distance too, it will actually make sense at this point. Because Jareed has said it that he'd rather not talk to the 2 ladies than choosing one over the other. So for all this while we've been having Sunday eviction question, Lawrence have never asked this triangle about themselves. But I think this Sunday they would actually have questions to answer, especially Mpumi on her recent behavior, because she used to act cool all this while. Now she has changed. We need to know why, because even me, I cannot really get what is really happening right now. So yeah, guys, That is the gist though about Liema, Mpumi, and Jareed. It may seem as though the triangle is not triangling anymore. Now, the question is, will they continue when they go back inside, or is everything the effect of camping outside? Until they go back inside, we will find out, right? Meanwhile, Mpumi have been receiving praises for ignoring Jareed at this point because they are like, baby girl, you should know your worth. Tendaka said, Mpumi, if you keep this energy, I promise I will buy you a truck full of tomato sauce and shower gels. Wahala be like bicycle. Is this one a good thing? Am I supposed to take this as a good thing or a bad thing? Because the two things you mentioned on Mpumi right now is the two things she has had issue with in the house. Tomato sauce was the first thing that made her really cry her eyes out. And then for the shower gel was because somebody said she's actually, smelling, and which we do not even know if it is the truth yet. Because we all know how dramatic Lerato can be. And it was only Lerato that has said it. We've not heard any other housemates had that same conversation about her being smelling or something, except you guys have heard. Me, I have not heard, okay? Vote Liema said, all the housemates are talking about Liema crying while the cameraman is avoiding her. Maybe they don't want to be accused of helping Liema campaign for pity votes. Votes Liema. But that is the truth. I do not even blame the cameraman at all because they're actually putting a whole lot on the production this season. It's going to be a tough one for the production post-show. I'm not even a Liema stan, but every time Liema has gone off is because they triggered or provoked her. I think she has been in more triggering situation but has kept her cool. She is sweetheart with no ounce of hate in her. Okay? If you say you're not her stand, then I'm taking it's coming from a genuine place. And yes, I think she has been triggered too. Yeah, I think so. That's why I do not accept this provocative narrative that is flying up and down. As long as Mpumi keeps trying to push the violent tag on Liema, I won't stop with the body odor narrative too. I don't care how sensitive the matter is. People want to say Liema doesn't have star power, but imagine a simple cry is trending and views increasing. We didn't even see her crying, but the timeline is hot. Who is the show again? My babe cried those people really abuse you from forcefully kissing you in the shower. About this wahala, cook that instead. Let me clear the air on why I am on Willie's case for saving Legion. Who is Legion? Is it Jareed Wahala? I wanted him up with Liema so my girl will be saved. In doing so, she will know that she is strong on her own and leave that situation. Nobody is saying he would have gone home. In that case, Willie will crumble. Oh, now I guess, because I have been asking, do you guys think Jareed do not have a fan base for saying that if he's up, he would go home? I feel like ever since the housemate moved from the house, the show became boring. They are not really having fun out here and it is affecting their ability to entertain us. Exactly why I said maybe the Jalimpu ship would actually come back to normal if they go back to the house. Maybe the campaign is affecting them. To me, I feel nomination changed everything. I don't know about you. So guys, I am leaving you guys to your thoughts. What do you think about all of the shenanigans that is happening in the Jalimpu ship? Tell me. Let's operate in the comment section. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.